Hi, this is Bruce, and today we're going to look at the process for creating a dynamic web application or even a website. For this project, we're going to use the creation of a weather app as our example. So I'm going to flip over here to Figma, a popular UI and UX design software. It's online and it's free. And you can see I've already started the file here. But what we're trying to do is, first of all, create a quick sketch or series of sketches if you want about how it would look. Now, you don't have to use Figma for this. Obviously, you could use pen and paper. And then once we've completed the sketch, we're going to look at creating a wireframe that has all the content and elements that we would need for our project. Let's get started. So let's add a frame by clicking on the frame. And then over here, we are going to obviously design for mobile first. So I'm going to choose a mobile device. So you can see there's our device, or at least the frame that gives us the resolution of that device. And the first thing we're going to add is, let me just go to pencil here. I know we want to have a title. Make sure I'm kind of in a dark color. Weather Wonder is going to be the title of our app. And then I'm going to put an icon for today's a rainy day, so we'll create a little rain icon. After that, I want to put the temperature. So 22 degrees, so that's the present temperature. And then I'll put a high temperature and a low temperature for the day. And probably do some sort of graphic element to indicate high and low there. After that, I'm going to put the location. We'll probably put the location, the latitude and longitude, just to make sure that we can confirm that. And then a description. A description of the weather. After that, at the bottom, we'll put a footer with a little home, and then maybe a copyright and something for information. So that's a really rough sketch, obviously done very quickly on the iPad here. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add another page, and I'm going to add another frame using the same one. And this time what we're going to do is create a little bit of a wireframe based on our original sketch. So what I want to do first is to add a rectangle. This will be the space for the weather icon. I'm not quite sure right now what the actual size of those weather icons are, if they're square, rectangular, or whatever. Can't quite remember, but we'll just pretend they're 250 by 250. And there's a good chance that we're going to be doing it ourselves at a later time, or redoing the icons later anyway, having our own custom icons. After that, I want to have the temperatures. So I'm going to create another series of rectangles. So one maybe 100 by 100 pixels. And we'll line up that with the one above, and we'll worry about spacing in a second. So I'm going to do Option Drag to create 3 different ones, but these ones I don't want to be as obvious as the main one. So I'm going to make those only 50 by 50 pixels. And we'll center align and get all that aligned there, and we should be good. Okay. After that, I said that we wanted to have the location and a footer. So let's go ahead and I'm going to draw in another rectangle for the footer. And so we'll make it the full width, and we'll make it 60 pixels high. Okay. And there we can put our footer information. So this gives us a little bit of a wireframe with all the kind of the graphic elements or the main elements. And if we wanted to, we could think about the hierarchy of those things. So for the purposes of this, this would be the number one hierarchy. So a quick icon of what the weather looks like to get a quick idea of what we're looking at. Two would be the current temperature, and then three and three plus or 3.1 would be the low and the high temperature. So we've got those there like that. So the next thing I want to do is add some text. So I'm going to click on the text tool, and then here we can start to go ahead and add some text. So I've decided to call my my application Weather Wonder, and I'm going to center align that. I'm going to center align that. And then I'm going to make it a much bigger font. I'm going to make sure I copy the whole thing. Now I'm going to center align it. Now I'm going to make it a bigger font, maybe 32. And let's make it bold. And I'm not sure about this font, but when we come back and do our mood board, that's when we'll decide what the actual font should be. So I'm just going to get this center aligned here, and I would anyway, when we get the actual font, we'll see what it is. Okay, after that, I said we'd add a city. So I'm just going to option drag this down, and then we can put Montreal. I'm going to left align this. Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And we'll make this, drop this down to about 24. So it doesn't have quite the hierarchical level of the other ones. And let's get this left aligned. There we go. After that, I said we would do the actual latitude and longitude. Latitude and longitude for Montreal, and I'm going to option drag that down so I can now create the text description, and then we can type in there sunny with a chance of late afternoon thunder showers. And next up, I'm going to create the icons. So we'll start off with a house or the home button. And we'll select those two and change the fill, adding a stroke, and getting rid of the fill. And we'll add a little info icon. And we'll add the copyright using Option G on our keyboard. And let's take a look at this. And here we have a wireframe. It has all the important elements. Obviously, it's just a quick idea of the elements we want to get into the application. And after this, we'll look at creating a mood board and then eventually a mock-up that has all the everything aligned properly and everything we need. I hope this helps.